At this point, Google Maps intervened and warned us of a traffic jam. So what Pip was going on to say is that Lyra is competing in a national trampolining competition in Telford. Pool View was quite convenient and had this lovely view, but we got the feeling it wasn't really geared up for leisure visitors, and we probably wouldn't stay here again. The next day was Saturday the 11th of July, Pip's birthday. The day started with a cycle ride to Ironbridge. Our nephew Andy and his family live nearby, and we were meeting them at an amazing smokehouse for breakfast. This part of Shropshire felt really rural, lots of woods and streams and windy roads, completely belying its history as the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. At Blist Hill's Victorian town, you get a reminder of that history, including a good knees up at the local pub.
One Saturday night I went out for a drink. I met a stray dog in the crowd. He tore a lump out of my best Sunday trousers before I had the chance to sit down. I found when he'd gone I'd no seat left at all, but thought as I stood with my back to the wall, things are worse in Russia, they're not much better in Prussia. The wife then came up and went off the deep end to square her a course I'd to Lussia. She cried, I've no needle or cotton just here, and said you must stop there the whole night I fear. You'll get a bad cold, but remember old dear, that things are worse in Russia. With the women, here I do have a real good time, bobbing up and down in the water. It comes just below my Mason-Dixon line.
Both Pip and I used to work for Lloyd's Bank, so this visit took us back.
As a seamstress, this was by far my favourite location. The fabric and the fashions are just so interesting to look at. Just look at the detail on these outfits.
If they had paraffin wax candles. But these candles, they were cheaply made and cheaply sold, and with this being a poor and rural area, the demand for candles, for cheap candles, was very, very high. So to keep up with that demand, Thomas Trevor was making around 30,000 candles a week.
Right, I don't recall giving anybody permission to sit down. Stand up. Now, in a moment, I shall say, good afternoon, class. You'll then reply, good afternoon, Mr. Plymley. The boys will bow, the girls will curtsy. You may then sit down. Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, Mr. Plymley.
Be seated.
We left Blist Hill and cycled the 3 miles or so to Coalbrookdale. On the way, we saw even more evidence of the industrial pass at Bedlam Furnaces. More accurately known as the Madeley Wood Company furnace, it was built in 1756 and was one of the first coke-fired smelting furnaces in the world. It was taken over in 1776 by Abraham Darby III, who is much better known, of course, as the builder of the first major bridge in the world to be made of cast iron, built here at Coalbrookdale across the River Severn in 1781. That evening our campsite had some visitors, and we went to the pub where Lyra could relax before the big day tomorrow.
Backstage for our next group of amazing finalists. So with no further ado, let's welcome them into the field of play with aplomb, ladies and gentlemen, the gymnasts for trampoline flight for the finalists. Trampoline panel 2, the gold 9 to 10 girls.
We're so proud of little Lyra. She finished 7th nationally, which is an amazing achievement. See you next time.